CanCoat EVO, brand new for 2022. What is it? How to use it? Stay tuned. We're going to go over those details next. Hi, I'm Todd Cooperider with ESOTERIC. Today we are talking about the new CanCoat EVO from GYEON. But before we get into the details, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification button so you find out about all of our latest videos. Okay, you've seen our other videos on the new coating lineup from GYEON for 2022. CanCoat has gone through that same evolution as well. CanCoat, let's go back. In the very beginning, when we here at ESOTERIC were the exclusive importers of GYEON into the US, yes, we're the ones that brought it here. CanCoat was a really cool product for them. Back then, it came in an aerosol can. Worked amazing. The problem was it clogged up pretty easily. You only get 1 or 2 applications out of it, and then the can was dead. And then they started going through some reformulations with it. Now we move into 2022. It's gone through yet another evolution. The whole new and improved thing stands here with the EVO. Longer durability, so you get up to about a year. It's got greater hydrophobic properties to it, which CanCoat was already like the king of water beading, which, you're like me, absolutely love perfect tight little water beads. CanCoat is really outstanding with that. And the water beading is going to last longer than what it did before. Your drying time, meaning how long they recommend between putting it on and getting it wet, now it's about 12 hours. Used to be 24 hours. And in addition, it now looks better. It has more of a darkening, deepening, richening effect to the finish. So more durability, better water beading, even easier to use, and looks better. So pretty significant change that you got with the lineup. Now, who is this for? Why would I use this when you can go with the full-on coatings? You can use a Mohs or Pure or something like that. This is for a couple different people. One, it's gonna be for the person who's not interested in going the full coating route, or maybe they're a little intimidated by doing the entire coating process. That's where CanCoat EVO is going to come into play. Or if you're a detailer, you're offering stuff to customers. It's always about the good, better, best system. It's not just about throwing a coating on for a customer. Find out what their wants and needs are, find out what their budget is. This is going to be a good option, something that's going to give you about a year's worth of durability. It could be a great product to do like a winterization type detail for somebody. Get it ready for the harsher environment. And this can be used as a standalone. We're talking about you get upwards of about 12 months durability. Or if you've got something like GYEON Mohs coating on your car, you can use this on top of it. It's just going to add a little bit more durability, a little bit better looks, and a little bit better water behavior as well. Okay, let's take a quick look to see what's in the box when you get your CanCoat EVO. Okay, you get 3 spray heads. You get the bottle of coating itself, and you get an application towel, instructions, and all that fun stuff. Why 3 of these? Well, remember the story I told you about in the early days with the aerosol can, how it would get clogged up? Well, this is a coating. It's going to clog things up. So they give you 3 of these spray heads. What I recommend doing after you use it, take this out, run it through warm water or warm soapy water, and then completely clear it out. That's going to help it last a little bit longer so it doesn't get all clogged up in there. But once it does, you have some spares here. Well, this obviously assumes that you're going to get more than 1 application out of it. Out of this can here, you can get 10 to 15 applications depending on how heavy you put it on, how big the car is, so on and so forth. So a little bit of this goes a long way. And with that, your price per application is extremely low. With this cap here, once you're on and off with a cap, just like you are with the rest of the coatings, make sure and clean the top of it off quite a bit before you put your cap back on. Clean all of the stuff before and after. It just helps get a nice tight seal on here, keep this stuff longer. Now, this isn't like a coating where you open up the bottle and then you need to use it within 30 days because it goes bad. You don't want this stuff sitting for a year or so after you've opened it up, but it's not going to immediately start going bad on you like a coating will. Now, this application towel, we like using a couple other towels we'll talk about in the video. This still is a fine towel for doing the application process. Typically speaking, you're going to pitch that out afterwards, and you're going to have a backup supply of towels that you're using. Okay, now that we've gone over of what it is and who it's for, what comes in the box. Let's go over to our car here. Let's do an application. I'll walk you through the super simple process so that you know how to get the most out of your CanCoat EVO. All right, now we're ready to install on our car. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the areas that you can use CanCoat EVO. Obviously, use it on the painted parts. You could use it on plastic trim. You could use it on glass if you want to. You can use it on wheels. Most of everything on the outside of the car, you're gonna be able to use CanCoat EVO, which makes it really nice, really versatile. You don't have to buy a bunch of different products. Okay, as we do with any kind of coating project, waxing, sealant, whatever else, we want to make sure that the car surface is ready. We're going to do a deep wash on it, get everything nice and clean. If it needs it, we'll hit it with GYEON iron for a nice chemical decontamination. Really get that surface clean, ready to go. It's in here, it's dry. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to thoroughly wipe it down with GYEON Prep. Just liberally use the product there. You can't use too much prep, but you can use too little. You know, this is just to make sure that any remnants of whatever is off of the surface, because the better job we do at cleaning it, the better the bond is. The better the bond is, the more durability. Okay, you kind of get where I'm going with that. All right, now, one thing that I want to talk about when you're applying this is a fine mist that comes out. Because of that, you want to be careful. First of all, we're wearing gloves. Second of all, you want to make sure that you're spraying it right into the towel, and I'll get up close on that here in a minute, because this kind of vaporizes when it comes out. If you're spraying from back here like we do on a lot of other products, it's going to go everywhere. If you wear glasses like me, if you don't do it right, in the end you look and you got a fine mist of coating all over your glasses that you have to work kind of hard to get the stuff off of there. So be careful with that. You can use this outside. You don't want to use it in direct sunlight. You don't want to use it on a hot surface. And you also want to be that much more careful about how you're spraying it into the towel, because you get any kind of breeziness, it's going to get everywhere. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take it, let me use this in my right hand. Always give it a little bit of shake, but when I'm spraying it in, I'm actually putting it right against the towel, so there's no way it's going to spray everywhere. You don't need this beautiful pattern of product right on the surface. A little bit goes a long way. And then as I apply it, it's going to be really simple, small circular motions. I don't want to work too big of an area. I want to kind of keep it shoulder width. And then I take my secondary towel and I kind of lightly buff that stuff off. I mean, it's really that easy. I'll put a little bit more product on here. And I'm going to come around to the front. And I'm going to overlap into the area I just did, which is actually, it's pretty easy to feel because that area is slick. Take my secondary towel, go back the same area, wipe all that off. And just like when we're doing coating, we want to make sure as we're wiping, because as we're applying, we're probably pushing it over into adjacent areas. So when I'm going or using my secondary wipe, I want to make sure and overlap that area a little bit, because most likely I've pushed some of that product there. What you want to avoid is if you push that product over in there and you don't wipe it off, it becomes a dark spot or a high spot. This is a coating product. It's a light version, but it's a coating product. You could end up with high spots on that. If you end up with high spots, like I said, it's just a dark patch. If you don't get to that right away, it can take you a long time or a lot of effort to get rid of it. We had a customer in here once years ago who bought CanCoat, didn't follow the instructions, I think just went around, sprayed it, wiped everywhere. The car looked like a leopard afterwards. It had all these dark spots that we had to go in and do some heavy polishing to get rid of it. So you can make mistakes with this, but it's not that easy to make a mistake. And you saw how quickly it went on, how easy it went on, and that is part of the benefit when you're talking about the new EVO. The older CanCoat was easy too. This stuff is that much easier. I don't need to go into applying to an entire car because it is so easy to use. It'll take you about 30 minutes to go around the entire vehicle. Remember, I said we can put it on the paint, we can put it on plastic, we can put it on glass. I would rather, for the windshield, I would rather use GYEON View. I really like that product. But for your side windows, your mirrors, your back window, you can apply it to that as well. Easy on, easy off, great water beating, really good durability to it. And you know, given the fact that you can get so many applications out of this, it's really cost effective. All right, I'm sure there's something in the video that we missed or information that you want more of. That's what the comment section is for. I'm the person that's in there going in, commenting, answering questions. So make sure and leave it below. If you've got experience with the new CanCoat EVO, share it with others so that they have got, you know, feedback from firsthand experience from you, not just from me. As always, we appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Esoteric channel. Thanks, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.